I'll be taking you through general arithmetics today. Okay, so I've recently been getting like people who do mathematics O level, Form 1, Form 2, they will be kind of complaining, but oh, you left us out, you're just now focusing on statistics. So I'm just coming back for you guys doing general arithmetic. So this is how I'm going to do it. Like, I'm going to focus on all questions, not always, such I can get all of the questions, but I'm just going to focus on most of the questions that are asked on arithmetics, on O-level papers, ordinary level papers, on arithmetics. I will focus on most of the questions. Okay guys, so to solve the first equation, you have to use the BOMDAS. You use BODMAS or BOMDAS. We use BODMAS or BOMDAS. So it actually depends on what you start first. What you start first, on the multiplication or division. But the other rules are just followed as they are. Okay, so solving this kind of summation, we know that here, this is positive half, this is negative 3/4, and this is positive 2/5. So we start with the addition first of the positive value. So I'm going to say half plus 2/5 minus 3/4. Like this. Okay, so I'll create a division line and we determine our lowest common factor for this first part. This should be 20, right? So we're going to say 2 into 10 2 into 20 is 10 plus 5 into 20 it's 4 times 2 minus 4 into 20 it's 5 times 3. And we always follow the rule addition first, then subtraction later. So we are going to add this part first. So it's 10, we simplify, 10 plus 8 minus 15 all over 20. And we get 10 plus 8, it's 18 minus 15 all over 20, giving us 3 over 20. Okay, so this is a typical examination question, and this is how you're supposed to answer it. So, all the parts, since you are still in ordinary level, all the parts are required. And since you are not allowed to use a calculator, all the parts of this, putting brackets, removing brackets, simplifying, all the parts are required. Okay, for you to end all the marks that would be there. Okay, so moving on to the second part, it's about multiplication. So we say you can either start with multiplying or dividing. So I just choose whatever I want. Okay, so for this part, we are going to say, I'm going to start with this one, but I'm going to simplify this part first. So it's going to be times, then we add here. So 4 times 2 is 8. Plus 3, and 11 over 4 times 2 over 3 divided by 8 over 12. So I will put brackets where I want to start first. So for this part, I'm going to start with this part. I'll put my brackets here. 2 into 4, I get 11 over 2 times 2 into 2, 1, 2 into 4, 2. So it's, then here it remains 1/3 divided by 8 over 12. Then we simplify inside, we get 11 over 2 times 3, 6 divided by 8 over 12. But remember that for division, we do what we call, we change. Hey, I'm forgetting what we did. But for division, here we would change this part. And we say is equals to 11 over 6 times 12 over 8. Okay? So remember that for division, we change the one that's dividing. Our divisor changes. And it becomes 12 over 8. Then we simplify. 6 into 6, 1, 6 into 12, 2. Then we get 11 times 2, that's 22 over 8. Then you simplify this value that you have obtained to 2 into 2, give us 11, 2 into 4 would give us, 2 into 8 would give us 4. So it's to be 11 over 4 is equals to 4 into 11, that's 2, giving us a remainder of 3 over 4. So this would be our final answer. Okay guys, so as I said, it's a typical exam question. You have to put all the parts that are required, okay, for you to obtain all the marks. Okay, do not skip any stage here. So going to my third part, going to our third part, it says 2/3 of 1 and 2 over 7 divided by 2/5 of 3 and a third. Remember that of represents a multiplication sign. So it's just the same as, so here it's a multiplication sign, and here we change we make it into an improper fraction. Okay, so it's going to be 2/3 times, make this an improper fraction, 7 times 1 plus 2, giving us 9 over 7, right? For this first part, divided by 2 over 5 times, multiply here, we add here, 3 by 3, 9 plus 1, 10 over 3. So, following the rule of BOMDAS, we can either divide or multiply. But for this part, we are already given brackets. As you can see, we say the brackets of meaning. When your question specifies that you have to use brackets first, it gives you brackets. And according to our rule BOMDAS, you start with those, everything that's in the brackets, that's what you start first, before you simplify any other thing, okay? So here is brackets of division, multiplication, etc. So here we're going to simplify that which is in the brackets first, that's the rule, okay? So we simplify that which is in the brackets first, and we get 3 by 3, 1, 3 into 9, 3. 2 times 3, 6. Divided by 1 times 7, 7. Divided by 5 into 5, 1. 5 into 10, 2. 2 by 2, 4. Over 1 by 3, we get 3. Okay. So for the second part now, we are now saying 6 over 7 divided by 4 over 3. Still, we have to follow the rule of division. That's the one that's dividing, we have to interchange. I'm not sure of the right word, but you're going to say change this to multiplication, so it's going to be 6 over 7. And when we put the multiplication inside here, this part needs to change. This part requires to change, so it's going to be 3 over 4. You get it? You get it? So we now simplify this part. 2 into 6, 3. 2 into 4, 2. And here we get 3 by 3 is 9. All over 7 by 2 is 14. Okay, does this require to be simplified further? No. So our final answer will be 9 over 14. So that's how it is for arithmetic. This is basic arithmetic, and it just requires you to follow the rule BODMAS or BOMDAS. Anything besides that, it's a fail. So I've just simplified your life, guys. Question 2, we are now on question 2, which enables us to tackle issues on problems on express, problems with the question express. So when you are required to express, it's just changing from one form to another, like something of this. You're just changing a sum you are given from one form to another form. So for the first part, it says express 0.4475 as a fraction in its lowest terms. Okay, so for part A, we are going to express 0.475 in its lowest terms. Okay, so as a fraction, again, we have to put this into a fraction. So for you to know what fraction it is, you read the number of decimal commas that are there. 1, 2, 3, meaning it's under 1,000 here. 1,000 here, that's 1,000 here. Okay, so it's going to be 0.45 is equals to 4 is the same as 0.75 over 1,000. You count the number of decimal places that are there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So, and you then find the value. What can I say? The number of zeros that can occupy that. So it's 475 over 1,000 is equals to 475 over 1,000. 475 over 1,000. We are required to express it in lowest terms. So for this part, let me just put some spaces. You can actually pause the video and try to calculate yourself before I calculate it myself. Okay. 475 over 1,000. So you find the lowest, can you say lowest? The highest common multiple, which enters in 475 and also in 1,000. If you are not sure of the highest common multiple or highest common factor, you can use even the lowest common factors, but that would require you to simplify further and further and further and further, unlike someone who would have just pinpointed the highest common factor. So for here, 5 is a bit lower, but I think if I start with 5, it will make it easier. So I'll say 5 into 47. 5 into 47, that's 9. Because 5 into 47, it goes 9 times, giving us 45, leaving a remainder of 2. Then 5 into 25, it gives us 5. Then we do the same for the remainder. 5 into 10, it's 2. 5 into 0, it's 0. 5 into 0, it's 0. and actually it requires more simplification. So I'm going to take 5 again, meaning 25. I'm going to simplify by 5 again, and let me just do it here. 95 over 200. I simplify it by 5 again. 9 into 5 is 1. Remainder 4. 5 into 9 is 1. Remainder 4. 5 into 45 is 9. 5 into 20 is 4. 5 into 4 into 0 is 0. So you are going to get 19 over 40. Okay, so this would be our final answer. Why is this our final answer? Because there is no longer any number which can go into 19 and also into 40 without leaving a remainder. Okay guys, so we have simplified it to its lowest terms. Okay, so for the second part B, it reads express 2/3, 4 sevenths and 5 ninths as decimals. Correct 2 decimal places and list the fractions in order of size, with the smallest first. Okay, so we are going to first express this as decimals. Okay, so we have 2/3. So as the decimal, we're going to say is equals to 3 into 3 is 1. 3 into 2 is 0, comma. Let's put our 0 here, comma. We add another 0 here. We now say 3 into 20, it's 6. 6 by 3 gives us 18, leaving a remainder of 2 again. We put 2 and we add another 0. 3 into 20. 3 into 2, it can't, we add another 0. 3 into 20, it's 6 again. We leaving a remainder of 2, so we add another 0. 3 into 20, it's 6. As we can see, this is a recurring decimal. So as we continue to divide, it just gives us the remainder of 2 and we add a 0 and it will just give us 6. So for recurring numbers, you put this dot here to show that it's recurring, or to show that it's recurring. But now, answering the question, it says correct 2 decimal places. So we now are supposed to put 2 decimal places here is equal to 2 decimal places, that's 1, 2. So we need this space. So we round up this. It's below 10. So it's above 10, so we are going to round up and it gives us 0.67. 0.67. Okay, so this would be the final answer for 2/3. So for 4 over 7, we simplify again. 7 into 7, 1. 7 into 4, it's 0, comma. 7 into 40, we add a 0. 7 into 40, it gives us 5. That's 7 into 40 gives us 5. That's 7 by 5 gives us 35. Leaving a remainder of 5 here. Leaving a remainder of 5, we add a 0. 7 into 50, it's 7. Leaving a remainder of 1 here. We add another 0. 7 into 10, is 1, leaving a remainder of 3. Okay, leaving a remainder of 3. We put another 0 here. 7 into 30, it gives us 4, leaving a remainder of 2. Okay, since we were asked to correctly move it to the correct two decimal places, we will not bother ourselves with the remainders there too. Okay, since we are just supposed to leave it to 2 decimal places. So since our 2 decimal places are already there, we will just go there here. And you see the number that follows, is it above 5 or below 5? And it's below 5, so it doesn't affect anything, it doesn't change our 7. So our final answer remains 0.57, like this. Okay, so for 5 nines is equals to 9 into 9 is 1, 9 into 5 it's 0, 9 into 50 we add a 0 here, 9 into 50 it's a 5, 45, leaving another remainder of 5, 9 into 5 it can't, we add a 0, 9 into 50 it's 5 again, remainder 5 again, we add another 0, and as we can see it's a recurring decimal, so it's a recurring fraction and a recurring decimal, so we put a dot here showing that it's recurring. For this part, we put dot is equals to show that it's still going. Do not forget the dot. To show that it's still going. It did not end here. Okay, guys. And for this part, we put the recurring sign. Is equals to 0.555. So since we require 2 decimal places, we are going to make this. Is this above 5 or below 5? It's on 5. So it affects the previous number, giving us 0.56. Okay, so now rearranging them in ascending order, fractions in order of size with the smallest first. That's the ascending order. They can also ask you to put it in ascending order or descending order, or for this part they actually make our life easier with the smallest first. So you're just going to write our fractions with the smallest first. So as we put them, the smallest here is 0.56, that's 5 nines. Semicolon, you put your semicolon, followed by 0.57, that's 4 sevens. Semicolon, followed by 0.67, that's 2/3. And you just tell them that you started with the ascending, it's called the ascending order. Okay, so our question reads, this is question 3. A novel was 504 pages and Linda completed reading 308 of them. What fraction of the novel was left? Okay, so here that a novel was 504 pages. Meaning a novel contains is equals to 504. Let me put it. 504 pages. And we hear that Linda completed reading 308. So Linda read 308 of the 504 pages. Okay? So our question requires us to find the fraction of of the novel which was left. The fraction, what fraction of the novel was left? So before we determine the fraction, we have to understand, we have to know the number of pages that were left in the book. Okay, so we're going to say the unread Linda. Okay, let me just say unread pages. And subtract. So we are going to carry here and we're going to borrow and carry here. 14 minus 8 is 6. We borrow, we carry. Okay. I'm not sure of the borrowing and the carrying. Okay. I'm not sure, but this is how it's done. 10 minus 1, I'm sure you know. 10 minus 1 is 9. 5 minus 4 is 1. So 196 pages were the ones which were unread. So since they require us to find the fraction of the novel which was left, so this is the novel which was left. Let me just put you left. We are going to say 1, the left fraction. Therefore, the left fraction is equal to 196 pages all over the total pages 504 pages. Okay, and we simplify. Yes, we have to simplify. This would give us let me say 2 into 7 is 3, remainder 1. 2 into 12 is 6. Then I simplify again by 7. 7 into 14 is 7 into 36. 2 into 14 is 7. 2 into 36, 1. So this will go final answer.